All right, so this is Bitcoin on the daily chart. I still have my targets to the downside, 14,776 to 13,273. This zone, including the measured move of this flagpole that came down and created this flag. We had a breakout, and I took the length of the breakout of this flagpole from this point to the bottom and plugged it here to our current breakout, and it brings it to 12,639. That is very possible to play out at the moment. Bitcoin is at the point of control of this lower range, which is at 16,800. Getting above it and pushing up and breaking above 17,838 would be a great thing for Bitcoin. If we can do that, then we could see the 18,400 range again. Just taking a price target of this ascending channel. This is on the daily. If we're able to get above the value area high, that will bring us right around the 17,962. So you can see 18,000. That would be a retest for possible rejection. If it doesn't get rejection over there, we could come up easily to retest the upper part of this channel, which will be the point of control of the bigger range that we're in. Now, 19,190 is a possibility for Bitcoin. That will be a retracement of, let's see, will it be the 0.618 from this high to the low. 19,190 will bring us exactly to the golden pocket over here, our POC golden pocket, and probably some EMAs if we look at it. Any EMAs on the 4-hourly? None that are coming into this region. That's on the daily, sorry. On the 4-hourly, do we have anything around here? We'll have the 800 EMA coming around that region. You can see it coming down. So you'll be having a confluence of resistance. That will be the 200 and 233 EMAs on the hourly. Why don't we have it? I was wrong. Let's see the 233. It wouldn't be, because 233 and 200 are right over here. So on the 4-hourly, you have the 800 EMA coming up there. 19,190, if and when we get there. I believe 17.3 would be a strong level of resistance. If we're able to get that high, 17.3 would be somewhere around here. This zone. Looking at the 15-minute, trying to see if we're having any momentum picking up. Just looking at our positions on the RSI, we are above the RSI. We are forming green vector candles above the RSI, which are failing to follow through once, twice, and this is the third one, and the small one over here. We might just tumble down during the weekend. Nobody knows, but what I'm saying is that looks like we have a lot of longs down here. We have shorts up here. A lot of shorts to the upside to trap them and wick them out. It's a very big possibility. But in my opinion, coming down is a more logical thing to do, because to get more buyers to step in, it seems the buyers are weak at the moment. 16,690 to 16,680 golden pocket zone. So 16.7 around this region would be our golden pocket zone. If we don't get volatility today, then most probably tomorrow, when the psychological levels are being calculated, we might get some volatilities before the Asian markets open. Actually, the psychological levels will be counted tonight in around 3 hours. You might get some volatilities, and tomorrow we'll have the Asian markets opening at night if they're not off for the Christmas break. Now going, that's my targets for Bitcoin, to the upside, to the downside. Going to Ethereum. Ethereum's my targets remain the same. I have my zones for Ethereum. If Ethereum gets to the 1,280, that would be an interesting point to short for me. If I'm going to enter a trade, I might not get into a trade. I am in a short at Bitcoin. Let me see if I'm going to get stopped out. I entered it around 17,100. And we have our point of control over here for Ethereum on the 4-hourly. We have our golden pocket up here. Our point of control is around 1,272. And that will be a zone of resistance if we can get above the 200. We're not showing much of momentum. Let's look at the MACD just to see how do we weigh in momentum. Are we more bearish, more bullish? MACD moving average indicator shows us on the 4-hourly we're losing bullish momentum. We are curling down. On the hourly we would have already done that. Yeah, on the hourly showing that. Now on the daily, what have we done? We are trying to make a move up. On the weekly, yeah, weak bullish momentum, but it is still there. We're still holding on higher time frames. Do we have any divergences here? If we go to the RSI divergence indicator, let me see if I can see any divergences with my eyes without using the indicator. Using the line chart and getting rid of all these, all the noise. All right, we've been forming. We had bearish divergence previously, but at the moment, lower highs, nothing bearish. Bullish on the weekly. That's on the weekly. That's a very high time frame. Let's look at smaller time frames. On smaller time frames, do we have any bullish divergence over here? No bullish divergences. On the 4-hourly, we had bearish divergence earlier on. At the moment, we have no divergences over here that I can see. On the smaller time frame, on the hourly, anything that can push us up slightly. Nothing much over here. We don't even have bearish or bullish at the moment. So no divergences on Ethereum. Solana, on the other hand, let's look at this hourly. We had a bullish divergence here, lower lows, even though the indicator didn't catch it, but we had lower lows and higher lows for Solana over here. That is bullish divergence and the smaller time frame. On the 4-hourly, if RSI breaks above this and price stays below this high, so essentially if RSI does this and closes up here on the 4-hourly, but our price stays below this high, then we would have hidden bearish divergence continuation to the downside. On the hourly doesn't show any divergences at the moment. Hourly had bullish divergence, which pushed us up today. It looks like hourly may come up RSI and form hidden bearish if RSI breaks above this previous peak over here and price stays below 11,786. They will be forming bearish divergence. I don't trade solely on divergences, but they are there, so I take a look at them just to have a feel of how the market is acting. This is Quant on the hourly. We are forming lower highs. We didn't close the hourly yet. We still have 52 minutes. Things can change. This looks like hidden bearish trying to form, but it depends how the 4-hourly closes. Let me give you price targets for Quant. You know that I mentioned 101 the other day, and we came very close to the 101. Possibly we wicked it. I can't remember. And I said if we lose that, we're coming to the 90s range. We're coming to lower targets. I said if we lose the 121, if we lose the 114, then it's the 101. And that's what's happened with Quant. On the 4-hourly for Quant, again, Quant, I remember this last month, we had bearish or hidden bearish divergences. and I told you it might pump up, and that's what it did. We had divergences and they didn't play out, and we pumped further up. We went up to, I believe, this point 132. Then we was it here? Yeah, it was somewhere around here. Or was it? No, it was in November. I remember that. It was somewhere around here. We still pumped a bit higher. We were here when I called it out. Or was it here? I can't remember. But we pumped higher even though we had bearish divergence. At the moment, we have hidden bearish on the 4-hourly. That is a signal of a continuation of a trend. However, we didn't move that much down. We could expect a retest of... Let me get rid of this. Just a second. We might expect a retest of this high only to get rejected and come back down. We are below our value area low, 109. That was a nice point, 109, 110. But yeah, if price remains like this, we still have hidden bearish. The only way it can erase this hidden bearish is that if price goes above it and closes above it, then that could erase that. Or if the RSI exceeds it, this point. My target to the upside for resistance, 110 and 114 for quant. Litecoin. Litecoin. Let's go back to Litecoin here. Litecoin has no divergences on the 4-hourly. On the daily, it has hidden bullish, and that is on a high time frame. That is a very bullish signal. It should push us up higher. Maybe if it wasn't the weekend, we would get more momentum, but it's a weekend, but it is hidden bullish on the daily. On the 4-hourly, nothing. On the hourly, we had bullish divergence over here, and that's what pushed us up today. So most of the coins are doing the same thing. Most of the coins are doing the same thing. They're just holding and waiting for the trading week to start. I don't know what's the schedule of the markets during then. Looking at the volatility index for the S&P, we're at the lows again. It's not trading now, but we are at the lows. Usually we get a bounce over here and try to go up, and that ends up dumping the market. Going back to Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin doing? We are trying to get up there. My immediate level of resistance for Bitcoin is the 17K zone, the 16,950. On other charts, I have it. I have 16,950 on some charts. Not on this. Where is it? Did I get rid of the line by mistake? But yeah, that zone is a zone of interest. 16,950, 17,000. It's a zone of interest for Bitcoin. So far, we haven't hit any Fibonacci targets that I had for Bitcoin. My channels haven't been hit. We have a level down here, descending support at around 15,458, and somewhere around here, 15,400, and the next zone, another descending support at around 14.9. Then we come to much lower levels. We'll look at them when we are moving towards them. This chart, yeah, we looked at this. I think I have other fib levels over here. So on higher time frames, like if we go to the daily, you could see these levels, Fibonacci channels, and the next support I have on this high time frame, the daily. If it falls today, it could take us to 14.5 in confluence with that 14 No, that was 15.4. But if it takes a couple of days, we might fall. If we are going to fall and hold at 15.4 in a few days towards the end of the year, then that will be in confluence with that level I just showed you in that other chart. But obviously that is a descending support, so it will be at a different level. That's all I have for the markets. Bitcoin, Sol, Quant, Litecoin. Hope you liked it. Smash the likes and see you in the next one. More trades. I'm out.